Hello Pokemon trainers, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Battle Stadium singles video here on iStarly TV. This is part of my Road to Master series where I try to climb the online ranked Battle Stadium singles ladder. And we have a brand new team today, as you can tell. This is a team that I built myself and I've been testing with it on Showdown and it's been doing pretty well. I've been liking it. I think it's a fun team and it's showing off a few Pokemon that we haven't really tried out yet. So let's get right into things. First of all, we have Skeledirge, pretty standard Skeledirge set. I've used it in the past. It has mixed EVs. It's a bulky Skeledirge. I'll post the Pokepaste in the description so you can see the exact EVs. But the goal here is just to be a really tanky Pokemon, and most notably, we have Unaware, which ignores stat boosts from opponents. Because when I was testing a lot of different teams in the early stages of the format, I just felt like I kept playing against, Pokemon that set up a lot. Like, I kept losing to like Dragonite, and I lost a couple times to like Superior sweeping me. So just, and also even Pokemon with like Minimize, which is not a particularly common strategy, but it's always annoying to lose to. So I just kind of thought having something that ignores stat boosts is pretty reasonable right now, I would say. And Skeledirge has a solid typing all around. Then we have Skarmory. This Skarmory set is something I kind of brewed up myself. It's max HP and max defense, so we're just tanking those physical hits to the best of our ability. And then the item slot is a little interesting. I have Whirlwind, if you'll notice there. We'll get to the item. I know I'm jumping around here, but I have Whirlwind kind of for similar reasons that I have Skeledirge, just because once again I was facing a lot of Pokemon who were setting up and sweeping me, and I thought being able to Whirlwind them away and reset all their boosts was pretty good. So we're running Whirlwind there, and then we have Roost, Body Press, and Iron Head. The item Keyberry will give us a defense boost when we are hit by a physical move. So it just really lets us further take on any physical attackers. And Skarmory's typing is just perfect against a lot of threats, like Pokemon like Scizor and Dragonite, and really a lot of physical attackers just can't do anything to Skarmory because its typing is just so amazing and its defensive stat is just so great as well. And once we get that defense boost with the Keyberry, our body presses are doing pretty massive damage, and of course that's further added onto once we terrestrialize into a fighting type. So we don't have iron defense like usual, but I thought Whirlwind would be a good move to try, and we do have the Keyberry to kind of make up for that. Next, we have Blaziken, which is a Pokemon that I've been talking a lot about, and actually funny thing here, as of recording this video, I think later this evening, the Blaziken 7-star raid is going to go live, and it will be a Terra Flying type Blaziken, so if you want to try out this team and maybe build it yourself if you like it, you can get a Blaziken starting today in the 7-star Terra raid event. And yeah, you'll already have the Terra Flying type. But this Blaziken is just 3 attacks, just meant to hit really hard. We have Protect, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, and Brave Bird with the Terra Flying type to do extra damage to Brave with Brave Bird. Also, Flying is a good Terra type for Blaziken because of course it's weak to ground, and so by terrestrializing we just completely remove that weakness. So I've been really liking Blaziken, of course. Now the EVs for this one are max attack, and then we have just enough speed to outspeed. I believe we outspeed Ogerpon after just 1 speed boost, and then the rest of it in HP just to tank hits a little bit better. The next Pokemon is Raging Bolt, which is another new one that I haven't tried out yet, even though I've been meaning to. And we have 4 attacks here with Assault Vest. Now, looking at the moveset, you might notice that things are a little awkward there because I have 3 electric moves, which is pretty funny. We have 3 electric moves and 1 dragon move. Electric and dragon are pretty good together in terms of coverage anyway. There are a few things that resist it, but not that many. So we can do at least neutral damage to everything, mostly everything. And Raging Bolt's special attack is really high, so it does a lot of damage. Its HP stat is actually also really high, and its special defense is kind of middling. So I have max special attack and max special defense since our HP stat is already pretty high. And with the Assault Vest, we just take special hits really, really well. And Terra Electric is another really great Terra typing on Raging Bolt. It actually serves as an excellent defensive and offensive Terra type. Defensively, it removes the dragon weaknesses, so it removes the weakness to dragon and ice and fairy, which are pretty common typings in this meta. And it keeps only 1 weakness to ground, but otherwise it lets us do more damage with our electric type moves, so that I think that's a pretty good Terra type for Raging Bolt. Thunderclap is its signature move, which is basically like an electric type Sucker Punch, which does special damage. So it's 70 base power, it's a priority move, but it only damages the opponent if they have readied an attack against you, like if they're going to attack you. So that's pretty good because Raging Bolt is pretty slow. Then we've got Volt Switch, pretty self-explanatory. You know, we can Volt Switch against Pokemon that we think are gonna switch out, or just faster Pokemon that aren't gonna do that much damage to us. Thunderbolt, just for a lot of damage, and then Dragon Pulse, just for that dragon type stab. I mean, Raging Bolt's move pool is not super deep. If you want more coverage, you kind of have to go with like Terra Blast, but again, Electric and Dragon are pretty solid together anyway. After that, we have my Terra Steel Iron Bundle, pretty standard set. I've run this set a lot. You know, it's just max special attack, max speed with booster energy. It ends up being the fastest thing on the battlefield, so, you know, why not? Finally, we have a physical Scizor, and this one is just max HP and max attack, and we just got 4 attacks right there with the Citrus Berry. We're not messing around, we don't have Swords Dance, we don't have Roost or anything like that. Or does Scizor still have Roost in this generation? I forgot, but either way, we don't have Swords Dance, we're just kind of meant to do a lot of damage, U-turn if we're expecting switches, stuff like that, and we have Knockoff just for extra damage as well. So there is the team right there. And again, this has been a lot of fun, and I think everything comes together nicely, and I'm definitely looking forward to showing off Blaziken and Raging Bolt, as well as my somewhat unique Skarmory set. Let's see how those games go. Battle number 1, we've got some Ogerpon action, we've got Heatran, which is honestly not that great these days. You know, Heatran used to be an amazing Pokemon. It's still solid, I think, but I think a lot of things in the meta are just really good, like they surpass it, but my opponent also has a Scizor. I mean, it's looking like something like Blaziken is pretty good here. If we can get a couple speed boosts, we're pretty good against most of what they have. Blaziken's biggest fear, though, is going to be that Dragonite. And for the Dragonite, unfortunately, one issue that my team struggles with is that we do not have Stealth Rock, which I think would help us a lot. Skarmory looks okay. I think I like Blaziken and Skarmory. And then from there, I want either Iron Bundle or Raging Bolt. I think it's gonna be Iron Bundle. They're both pretty decent. Actually, Bolt also looks kind of interesting. I think I'm gonna choose Bolt because it's better against Scizor. And I actually think I'm gonna lead with it because, I mean, I don't think we wanna lead with Blaziken because it could be awkward, but also, you know, Skarmory's at its best when we can switch it into kind of unsuspecting enemies. So, like if they lead Dragonite or something, which I don't think they will, but if they were to lead Dragonite, we could just go right into Skarmory and they can't really do much unless they're running like the annoying Skarmory set. My opponent makes a good play though and leads right away with Garchomp. Seeing a Garchomp lead leads me to believe that they might have Stealth Rock, which is actually a little annoying, but I think I don't lose anything by just going right into Skarmory here. One downside, of course, is the fact that they have rough skin, so once I use like Body Press on them, I'm going to be taking a little bit of extra damage, but I think this is still pretty good. And they actually go for Earthquake, which is nice. And they're probably going to switch. I wonder if they're going to switch into Flutter Mane. I think I might just Iron Head here. If they go into, okay, they actually just Stealth Rock, which is also just fine. I was gonna say if they go into either Dragonite or Flutter Mane, it is better that I go for Iron Head here. And then we get the rough skin. Once again, that's a little annoying, but we do have Roost. Oh, and they also have Rocky Helmet. Okay. I'm just gonna. I mean, I don't really expect their Garchomp to have much to do against me, so I'm gonna Iron Head here. If they stay in, we do take a lot of damage, but we can also just Roost off all that damage anyway. And it is revealed that we're faster than them. They might go for Dragon Tail, and they do, okay. It's actually pretty rough, yeah, because that means Skarmory's gonna take a lot of damage when it comes back in. So this is a little bit of an awkward situation here pretty early, and if we go into Raging Bolt, okay, we don't, which is just fine by me. Given that Skarmory was faster, that means that Blaziken was also faster. I could go Brave Bird, but that's gonna do massive recoil damage to me. I'm not in a great spot here, but I actually do think I'm gonna go ahead and Brave Bird now. They're just doing so much residual damage to me, but I expect them to go for the Earthquake here, which means that we take 0 damage from that, obviously, but all of my moves are contact moves, so this is just really rough because we're going to take Rocky Helmet, Rough Skin, and recoil damage from this Brave Bird, so this is just really painful. Wait, they're actually faster than me? Wait, I need to check my Skarmory. What's the deal there? Okay, well, either way, we get off a lot of damage there. I'm assuming they're like max HP and max defense, but like I said, watch, we're going to take so much damage here. It's really, really painful. We get the speed boost, though. Let's see what the deal with that is. Oops. I'm probably missing something obvious, as I often am. Oh, well, I'm dumb. Okay, yeah, please forgive me, everyone. The reason that I was faster with Skarmory was because they went for Dragon Tail, so obviously. But that ends up working out for us because we do get the kill on Garchomp. Again, though, we're just going to take massive damage here, which is fine, because, I mean, that's kind of... Oh, wait, are we going to die here? I think we're going to die. Oh, maybe not. But the goal with Blaziken, of course, is just to kind of... Oh, wait. Are we going down? I missed it. Yeah, we are going down. That's so awkward. All right. I think I'm going to go back into Skarmory. This is actually a rough start for us because our Pokemon are just taking way too much damage here. Back into Skarmory. If they go into something slower by any chance, we can just roost off all of the damage. They do know about Skarmory, though, so there's a good chance they might go into something that can kill it, and they do. We go into Skarmory. I mean, there's no way we're surviving, and of course we have already terastallized, so we can't switch here. So we're just going to go ahead and roost just in case something crazy happens, but again, we're going to die to the Ivy Cudgel. I guess they could miss. I think Ivy Cudgel's like 95 accuracy, I believe. So there is some chance that they might miss, but I don't know what they're thinking about here. Like, they're in a really good position. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I don't know what they're thinking about because all they need to do is click Ivy Cudgel and they're good to go. I can't terastallize anymore, so there's nothing I can do about that. And of course, they're going to be faster than me, so yeah. Anyway, we go into Raging Bolt now. This should be okay, maybe. We'll see how much damage the Dragon Pulse does, unless they have Play Rough. If they have Play Rough, we are in trouble. We just pretty much lose, but they actually just go for the Rock Tomb, which we take pretty decently. They lower our speed, which I don't think matters. I hope we knock them out. No. Okay, well, we're going to have to go Dragon Pulse again. I'm guessing they don't have the Rock Tomb here, or I'm sorry, I'm guessing they don't have the Play Rough here because they would have just gone for it. They have nothing to lose. They go for Cudgel now, though, which we will resist. Is that a crit? It's not a crit. Okay. This is going to be an interesting end to the battle because it's going to depend on what their last Pokemon is. I don't think Raging Bolt can beat any of their last Pokemon, though, unless it's like Scizor and they only have like Steel and Bug moves or something. It is Dragonite, though. They're probably going to Extreme Speed. I'm going to start with a Thunderbolt. We're probably dead here. If they have Earthquake, we're dead, which they probably do. They go Scale Shot, though, which I think is a risk. If they had Earthquake, they should have just gone for that. Scale Shot, I believe, has like 0... or I'm sorry, Scale Shot has like 90-something accuracy, so there is a chance it can miss. I think it's just 90 accuracy, which is even lower. Either way, that's going to be game one. It ended up being a little closer than it looked like it was going to be in the beginning because we just had a really rough start there. So that's one thing that I like to talk about the Blaziken set is it doesn't have very much sustain at all. Between Close Combat, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, and Brave Bird, it's just weakening itself pretty significantly. So that's one of the downsides to Blaziken, but I still love it, right? And I still want to show it off there. Raging Bolt also didn't get to do that much work there, but I think my team was pretty well equipped against Ogerpon. The biggest issue, though, was that Rough Skin, Rocky Helmet, Garchomp, it was just too much for me. So that's something I'm not really prepared for, which I probably should be. Let's go to game two. Yeah, Skarmory looks good here, and then I like Raging Bolt. So finally, who else is it gonna be? I guess Bundle. I'm not too sure about that, to be quite honest, but because Roaring Moon is kind of scary, but if I can use Skarmory against it, that can help. Also, Iron Bundle will outspeed it thanks to the booster energy. So depending on what kind of Roaring Moon it is, that can help. But we will see, because I expect them to lead with Breloom, although we do have a few Pokemon that are good against it. They lead with Latios, which I'm a little surprised by. Okay, I think I can safely go into Bolt here, because I feel like any move they go for, they're unlikely to go for the moves that would be good against Raging Bolt, which would be their Dragon or maybe Psychic type moves. I guess they could go Ice Beam here, which would be a problem, but we do have Assault Vest, so we should take this hit pretty well. And then we'll just kind of go from there. They go for Trick, which can possibly help us here, because it's either going to be a Scarf or Choice Specs. It is Choice Specs. Hey, I'll take that, actually. I'll actually take that. Let's take a look at their team again. Which of my Pokemon would I prefer to Terrastalize here? I actually think I don't mind Terrastalizing right here. Well, what are the chances that they go for like Draco Meteor here? That could be a problem. I think I'm going to though. Let's go ahead and Terrastalize, see what happens here. Yeah, they do not Terrastalize, so that's good. Obviously, they have an Assault Vest now, so they are going to take this Dragon Pulse pretty well, but we also are invested in Special Defense, so whatever move they go for, we are likely to take it decently well as well. They go for Draco Meteor, which we will survive, though we don't survive it particularly well. I keep saying well. This should do, well, we'll find out. Oh, wow. I did not expect that. Okay, I'm happy about that. So we get the clean KO. And then whatever they go into, unless it's Breloom, I think we have a pretty good shot as well, because whatever they go into, we can possibly just go for the Thunderclap. They go into Roaring Moon, though, which is honestly scary. They're going to get the booster energy. Is that going to be attack? It's speed, okay. Iron Bundle will still outspeed them, so I'm just going to click Thunderclap, because obviously otherwise I am dead. Actually, no, I could just go into Skarmory, right? Let's go into Skarmory here. We're already up on Pokemon. I don't think there's a reason for us to lose the Raging Bolt if we don't have to, and of course with the Thunderclap, later on we can go into, oh excuse me, I got a text. We can go into Raging Bolt later on and potentially get some value out of it. All right, they went for, I'm sorry, I was texting, so I think they went for Earthquake, right? Let's go ahead and just Iron Head here just to see how much damage it's gonna do. They go for Dragon Dance, which I don't mind because I do have the Whirlwind, so we can just kind of see what they're gonna go for this next turn and just kind of whirlwind them out into their last Pokemon. That Iron Head actually does decent damage as well, so this is working out pretty nicely for us. I'm just gonna go ahead and Whirlwind now as they go for their second Dragon Dance, so this works out just perfectly for us. Yep, Whirlwind. And that's into Incineroar, which I don't mind. I think I can click Body Press here. Now, luckily, Body Press goes off of our defense stat rather than our special, or rather than our attack. So the fact that we were intimidated actually does not matter. They have Citrus Berry, which is unsurprising. I actually think there's a lot of potential for Incineroar in this meta. I actually really want to try it out. Oh, they're gonna knock off. I think that, yeah, we don't get the Key Berry activation, which is all fine, but you know, Incineroar is like one of the best Pokemon in doubles, like straight up just one of the best Pokemon in doubles just in general. But I actually think it has some good use in singles as well these days, and I really want to try it out. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and knock them out. Now the problem here is this is going to give them the chance to go for Dragon Dance. So this is gonna be a really close one, but I'm gonna go into Iron Bundle here, expecting them to Dragon Dance. And oh, they're just gonna cancel. Perfect. Okay, that, because we could have, I think we still could have lost that game if they played it smart, but given that we had Thunderclap on the Raging Bolt, that was gonna make it harder, but we do get the win there, which is great because we got to show off the power of Raging Bolt as well as this Skarmory set. I mean, Skarmory is just so good. And, you know, I've talked about it a little bit in the past, but I think where I'm at with Skarmory is just lean into its physical defense. You know, originally I built like a max HP, max special defense Skarmory, trying to kind of take the best of both worlds, but Skarmory's special defense is not great. I think you're just better off leaning straight into that physical defense, which is a massive physical defense stat, and it just gives you a great edge against pretty much every physical attacker in the meta, even those with super effective moves, as we saw there, like that Incineroar. So pretty good stuff in game 2. Let's go to a game 3. Here we have game 3, and my opponent's team, they have a lot of bulk here. Cresselia is actually a terrifying Pokemon because if it can set up, it can be almost impossible to deal with. It's just a nightmare. So I'm gonna need to be wary of that. I do have Skeledirge, but I think stored power can still blast through that. But we'll kind of see how things play out here, because sometimes I'm expecting Cresselia to go like Calm Mind with stored power, but sometimes they also have like Lunar. What is it called? Lunar Dance or something? Either way, let's take a look at the team. They also have Alomomola, which is a Pokemon you don't typically see. I like Raging Bolt here, but they do have the Ursaluna. But I think I still like Bolt. I do think I like Skarmory, and then do we bring Skeledirge? Skeledirge helps us against Cresselia, but honestly, that's kind of it. So I do think I like Iron Bundle as well. So we're gonna go like this. And I think I can lead with Iron Bundle similar to, I think it was the first game, I don't remember, I don't know if that's a video I'm including here, I might not, but I had a game earlier where, you know, I led with Iron Bundle, which I feel fine leading with Iron Bundle because even though we're using that booster energy right away, if we have to switch out and switch back in later, Iron Bundle's still faster than their entire team, so it's kind of fine to lose that booster energy. But anyway, they lead with Annihilate, which is pretty scary for Bundle here, though I expect them to go for Stealth Rock this first turn. They could also predict a Taunt and go for Drain Punch, which would do a lot of damage, possibly knocking me out, but I'm just gonna go for the Taunt here. I actually don't really mind. See what happens here. I feel like they're gonna go Stealth Rock. Yeah, I was worried for a second that they might go for like Final Gambit, which is another move that Annihilates run when their lead Annihilates. But either way, that's gonna work out for me. Now I can go right into Skarmory and take any hit from this Pokemon and get the Key Berry activation, which is gonna make me a threat against pretty much their whole team. But they go Rage Fist. Now, one downside here is that they are immune to Body Press, of course. So we are gonna have to just click Iron Head against their Rage Fist, which can be a little awkward. Kind of wonder if we just Whirlwind here. Just kind of see where they're at, see what they go into. The downside is most of their team is special attackers, so I don't love that. Let's click Iron Head, just kind of see what happens, see what they do. They actually do reveal the Final Gambit, which I'm a little surprised by. And I think that they saw that as valuable given how much of a problem Skarmory is. I think I'm gonna go into Bolt here. The problem now is if they have Cresselia, we're just gonna be in a lot of trouble. I'm going into Raging Bolt because I kind of feel like they're gonna go into a Pokemon, just knowing that I have the Iron Bundle. Wow, that actually ends up being really, really bad for us. I was gonna say they know we have Iron Bundle, so they're probably just gonna go into a Pokemon that they think can deal with Iron Bundle just because they're aware of it, but that ends up being a real big problem now. We do have the Assault Vest, which means we survive a Earth Power and Earth Power. They could just click Blood Moon here. I mean, this Pokemon's really, really good as well, just because it's so tanky and it does so much damage. Oh, but that does a lot of damage. Okay, I'm actually really happy. I don't know if I survive this though. Let's see. We do survive that. Okay. So now there's a lot of kind of mind games at play. Okay, so we went for Dragon Pulse, and it did a little over half of their HP. and that's 85 base power. Thunderclap is 70 base power. I'm clicking it. I'm just clicking it without terastallizing, without thinking. They switch. Wow. Okay, that's rough because we're going to miss the move here. That's actually really bad for us. They go into Cresselia. This is going to be potentially really, really bad. I think I just have to go Terra into Thunderbolt. We might just get swept by a Cresselia here. I'm just trying to get off as much damage as possible. This is just a really rough situation. But I wonder, I don't know that going into Iron Bundle would have been the right play once my Skarmory fainted, because Bundle against Ursaluna, I could have gotten some damage on them. Ooh, that does nothing. All right, let's see how much this does. But then they could have knocked me out, so I'm kind of okay with the fact that I did what I did there. This Thunderbolt also does nothing though, so... Okay. Oh, this is tough. I'm gonna Volt Switch now. I feel like they're gonna have like... Oh, they just go Psychic. Huh. Okay. Interesting. I'm still scared. Oh, that does so much oh, we got so lucky. No, no, no. That's gonna undo everything we just did there. Oh no. We got so lucky with the crit, and then they have their berry. Cresselia, like I said, I can't say this enough. Cresselia is just kind of a nightmare. It's just so insanely tanky. And if you don't have a super effective move for it, it is almost impossible to take down. I think I just have to click Hydro Pump here and just hope for the best. We do miss. If they have like Calm Mind, we're just done. They have Trick Room. Okay, I guess that's not surprising. That's something I should have that should have been on my radar. Click Hydro Pump here. We should take a hit from them. They go Lunar Dance. Huh. Okay. If they don't have Moonlight for their Ursaluna, which is very possible, if they don't have Moonlight, we should win this. But if they have the move Moonlight, it's gonna be game. Oh, Lunar Dance, it heals them. That's right. Okay, I forgot about the... I thought Lunar... I got it confused with Memento, which is similar, where you faint and then... Yeah, whatever. Okay, I think we lose then. I forgot about Lunar Dance's ability. Click Hydro Pump. We're probably dead, though. Pretty much any special move will probably kill us because Iron Bundle's special defense is so low. Yeah, and this is an Ursaluna we're talking about, and they're Terra Normal, which means they do extra damage. We just gotta hope for the best here. We are Terra Electric. We do have the Thunderclap. I expect them to have... Well, I guess it doesn't matter whether they have Vacuum Wave, because even though Trick Room is up, we are going to be faster. Whatever, we'll see what happens here. Maybe we'll get another crit. And if not, you know, we did our best here, I guess. Oh, it's painful to lose. Okay. GG's, I guess they played that well. I mean, my team isn't super prepared for Cresselia. I guess, you know, that's another big thing with Cresselia is... Personally, I like to play Cresselia as a setup Pokemon with Calm Mind and then Stored Power, and that's just really, really good. And that's, whenever I see Cresselias, I kind of worry that that's the set that they're gonna run. But Trick Room is absolutely viable for Cresselia, and also just Lunar Dance shenanigans in general are pretty good. I think it's possible Trick Room might be the more common set on Cresselia, so that's something that should be more on my radar. Trick Room Cresselias are easier to kill, but, I mean, they're not easy to kill. They're, you know, it's Cresselia, it's pretty insane, but they're easier to kill, and, you know, I guess I should have accounted for that, but my team is not super well equipped to deal with that. But we did our best with what we got. Let's go ahead and pull up the team here. Talk about potential changes and things. I like this team a lot. In testing, it did well. Let's talk about, because Blaziken in testing, honestly, I think there's better uses of Blaziken. I've seen Blazikens with Focus Sash. In fact, I think Focus Sash is the most common item on Blaziken. Obviously, the big problem with that is if you run Focus Sash, you cannot run Flare Blitz, and you cannot run Brave Bird. And Flare Blitz is such a huge move on Blaziken. Now, it can still learn, there's a couple other fire moves that are decent. Blaze Kick is okay, but I think Flare Blitz is really good, but it's kind of the case where I think you just can't really run Flare Blitz on Blaziken, so If I use other Blaziken sets in the future, I'll probably try a lot of other things, but this set did not feel amazing. I think it kind of depends on what the team matchup is, and it's possible that my team should complement Blaziken more. So if I want to run this Blaziken set, I think I need Pokemon that can do a better job of kind of softening up the enemy team for Blaziken. Raging Bolt was good. It felt really good there. I really, really liked it. So I think this is a good route to go with Raging Bolt if you want to try it yourself. Skarmory also felt pretty good. You know, it's fantastic against almost any physical attacker in the meta, and we saw in that second game that Whirlwind can be very useful as well. I guess if we had Iron Defense there, we could have just been setting up Iron Defense while they're setting up Dragon Dance, and we're winning that race anyway. So maybe Iron Defense is just better, but you know, against special attackers that are trying to set up, Whirlwind could be the way to go. Bundle was Bundle, right? It does what it does. Solid Pokemon. I might have possibly won that game if I had hit that Hydro Pump, but hey, that's not how it went. So, but I like Iron Bundle as always. And then Skeledirge, you know, we didn't get to show it off too much in this battle, in this video, but it's another Pokemon that I think has potential in this meta. Something I've been wondering though is I do wonder if Skeledirge and Skarmory are a little bit redundant together, and that very well could be the case. Scizor we never brought to the games, but I still think there's some potential for it. So bottom line is I think all of these Pokemon individually are very good. It's possible that this team is not built to the best of its ability just yet. So I'm looking for potential improvements to make. If you have any suggestions, let me know. And maybe I'll do kind of like I did with my first team of this season with Gouging Fire, where I'll feature this team again later on with some updates. So if you have any suggestions, let me know in the comments. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it so much. Please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet videos. And of course, I'm going to keep up with it. So yeah, I appreciate all the help, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.